The War Within pre-patch launches today, and there is a lot happening that you don't want to miss out on. But for now, servers are down. My name is Swag, and this is the Vault Day Update. Before you log in to try everything out in the pre-patch, please be aware that servers are expected to be down until 3 p.m. Pacific time. If you're an East Coaster like myself, that is 6 p.m. Of course, as we know with pre-patches, they usually go a good bit longer than what Blizzard estimates. Especially for a patch this big, I suspect we might go a couple hours over than that expected time. And even when servers do finally go live, it still might take a minute before you can actually play. Why is that? Because today the Warbands are going live on the servers for the first time ever. Warband is a term to describe a new feature coming out in the War Within that kind of combines all your character achievements and banking into one system. This means that you as the player are the adventurer, not necessarily your character alone. It's gonna make a lot of things easier, especially for those altaholics like myself that really don't want to grind rep on every single character they have, or want to be able to share some gear between their characters. So what exactly do warbands do? Well, all sorts of things. They let you have a shared bank. You can share achievements. You can even share your own currency across characters. You'll also see Warbound gear, which is basically bind to account gear. Once you equip it to a character, it will become only equipable by that character, but until then, you can trade it across all of them. And speaking of gear, transmog is going to be uniquely different in Warbound. Now, when you loot a cloth piece of gear on your paladin, for example, you'll be able to use that cloth transmog on any of your cloth-wearing characters, so you're not just limited to only looting plate transmogs when you run your paladin through ICC for the 37th time trying to get invincible. Now you'll be able to get more transmogs when you run with your friends or by yourself. So why did I say it might take longer to log in because of warbands? Blizzard has stated that once warbands go live, which is today, it will take 20 minutes once you log in to kind of convert your character roster over to a Warbound roster instead of what it traditionally is right now. Because it is pre-patch day and everybody is going to be logging in together, I do suspect it will take a little bit longer than 20 minutes to convert your characters over. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe it'll only take 2 minutes. But be prepared that the login process today might take some additional time. Speaking of breaking down barriers in the game, this patch is also allowing cross-server guilds. So we've already had cross-faction guilds. Now guilds will be able to go across servers. So maybe if you're on a more dead server and you can't find a guild that's doing the content you want to do, you'll have more options now. Or your characters on other servers that you want to play with your friends, now you can do so. And the biggest benefit of the cross-server guilds that a lot of people don't realize is that every player is now able to join the greatest guild in all of World of Warcraft. That is correct. Recent studies and polls have shown that the guild called Astra on the Stormrage servers is considerably the best guild in all of Warcraft history. You are now able to apply. That's right, you can get into the best guild in the game. That's a little plug right there for some of my friends that I adore to play the game with. However, it is a really cool system that does go live tomorrow. So if you're a guild master or you've been wanting to join your friends on another server, this is the chance to do so. As of today, dragon riding is officially removed from the game. I know all of you hated it so much. You wanted to see it gone. Since the moment Dragonflight came out, we have been asking for Blizzard to remove dragon riding and never bring it back. Nah, I'm kidding. We love it. It's amazing. In fact, the only problem with dragon riding is, well, it only works on dragons, and not even all of them, just some of them. But now it's gone, and Skyriding has replaced it. Skyriding is exactly like Dragonflight in almost every single way, except now you can ride pretty much any of your mounts as dragon riding mounts, or, well, Skyriding mounts now. And there is a setting that you can switch it back to the traditional flying style if you would prefer to do that. However, I'm not doing that. When you log in today, you will be prompted to update your talent trees. The talent trees have been changed to now reflect the War Within. I'm not sure if we'll see the hero talents on the talent trees when we log in today, or if we'll just see the talent trees sans hero talents. What I do know, though, is either way, we will not have access to the hero talents themselves, because you will need to level from 70 to 80 to actually get the points to put into them. But it could be cool to at least just like see it sitting there in the talent tree. But expect a lot of changes to your class, and I would suggest maybe trying it out in some of the Mythic Plus dungeons or raids. this week. Speaking of raiding, all raids now are unlocked as awakened raids. So you are able to hop in any of the 3 Dragonflight raids in an awakened state. You don't have to go through the weekly rotation anymore. An interesting change worth noting with the pre-patch today is that the 10 to 70 leveling experience, which was traditionally Battle for Azeroth, well, technically that was 10 to 60. But now it's 10 to 70 on the Dragon Isles. So instead of going to Battle for Azeroth with new players or new characters, you will go right into the Dragon Isles after going through the tutorial island. I know a lot of players right now are utilizing the mop remix in order to level characters. However, with this change, leveling in the Dragon Isles, it feels like it'll be a more coherent and relevant experience for new players. So if you have that friend that you've been thinking about trying to drag in with the War Within, this might be the perfect time to bring them into World of Warcraft and level up through the Dragon Isles. And it's just a fun, more engaging experience. They have access to dragon riding basically right off the bat, and you'll be able to get them ready for the War Within content the moment the expansion comes out. Lastly, level 70 characters should be getting a quest line today called Visions for Azeroth. I say should be because I can't tell if it's going to go live today with the update or if it'll go live next week with the pre-patch event Radiant Echoes. Again, it's still kind of hard to tell. And yes, I did say there is an event next Tuesday. It's called Radiant Echoes. This is the traditional pre-expansion event that a lot of people are used to, where we're going to be fighting these echoes of past bosses that we have faced throughout Azeroth, as it seems. The cool thing with this is if you have alt characters that maybe you're thinking about maining in the War Within, but haven't really touched maybe in a season or two, you can now gear them up pretty quickly to get ready for the new expansion. If you are a lore nerd like me, there's a new short story out called The Lilac and the Stone, and it's a great way to understand more about the dwarves, where they're at right now, and what might be going on with them in the upcoming years. In normal weekly WoW news, this week's bonus event is Battlegrounds. You can earn extra honor in Battlegrounds, and on top of that, the PvP brawl right now is going to be Packed House, which is a lot of fun and a great, packed PvP experience. Mythic Plus Season 4 has come to an end. However, dungeons still continue to persist. This week's affixes are Fortified, Afflicted, and Raging. Afflicted will spawn mobs throughout combat that either need to be healed to full or dispelled. Healers can usually handle a lot of it. However, DPS, do your fair share. If you have a dispel, use it. If you don't have a dispel, talent into it. Please, it makes the world of difference. And Raging, of course, causes non-boss enemies to enrage at 30% health and below, making them immune to crowd control effects. Minus interrupts, because that would be wild. And that's everything happening this week in the World of Warcraft. Actually, I say that every single week, and I don't think that's the case this week. There's probably a little extra snuck into that pre-patch I didn't even know about. So if you see something go live that I did not bring up, comment it down below so future viewers can be aware. But my name is Swag, and thank you for letting me be your guide to the World of Warcraft. And did I mention World of Warcraft guides? Because today's sponsor is Zygor. Zygor is an incredible guide system for the World of Warcraft. It's an add-on that loads into the game. It even directs you how to pick up your quests, where to take them, the fastest routes to get things done. It is extremely helpful, even just for making gold. It's a phenomenal add-on, and if you want to learn more about Zygor, you can use the link down below in the description. And also, on top of that, code SWAGLOCK will bring you an extra 20% off.